Okay, then.
Okay, then. Yeah, sorry, I was working. All right, here we
Welcome
go.
to the show.
You guys gonna do a show or what? All righty. Good morning.
Saw that you have your coffee this morning.
Got my coffee ready to go. Hot cup of coffee.
No, I think I'm done with coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't had it. It's because I'm out. And I keep forgetting. to go get some coffee. But you know what? I don't know, man. It wigs me out.
Yeah.
I've noticed that, like, okay, I'm like back to like the regular routine of like sleep.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man. The few cups in the morning take me the rest of the day.
Well, really, outside of, the Rogue cup every now and again, you weren't a consistent coffee drinker. And
No,
even with
ever.
caffeine before,
Ever.
you weren't a consistent coffee drinker, caffeine intaker. So coffee, I think because of it being hot, it's like I said, it's a thermo, whatever, get your body hot. I think the caffeine affects you differently. That's why it's so effective in waking
question.
people up, you know what I mean?
If you're a continuous coffee drinker and you get off of it, do you get the Joneses?
For sure.
Do you get addicted to it?
Caffeine headaches and everything. Absolutely. Now, granted, you got to be like that, 3 pots a day. I mean, you can die from drinking too much coffee for sure.
Right.
For sure. But yeah, you get caffeine withdrawals just like anything else. It takes a lot. It takes a lot.
Addicted,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Your body
Gotta
needs
have my coffee.
Yeah.
Can't do anything without it. I gotta have it.
Well, what caffeine does is it tricks your brain into thinking it's more awake than it is. It goes in there, it blocks the receptors that get all gummed up. There's this thing called caffeine.
Coffee drinking, your whole life's a lie.
It is. You're not that awake. You're not that sprightly.
Not you.
Back it off.
You're sleeping.
But there's a thing I read about called caffeine naps, and it's a really effective way and like almost increases the effect that caffeine has on your brain. So when you sleep, like cortisol or whatever that's in it gets cleaned off of your receptors. So what you're supposed to do is chug a cup of coffee, take a half-hour nap, because it takes about a half hour for your brain to kind of clean itself off. So in that half hour, that caffeine then latches on to these fresh brain receptors, and you're just yeah.
But just natural energy. Anybody ever thought of that? Is that a thing anymore?
I don't think so. I don't think it's we all
wake up and you have your juice box or whatever.
Well, you know why? Because none of us none of us are sleeping. One, most of us, ourselves included, aren't having manually a labor-intensive jobs. We don't have labor-intensive jobs. Okay. And then at night, we're sitting there staring at screens, messing up our sleep cycles. Back in the day, people slept great because they worked hard all day. They went to bed when the sun went down, and then they got up when the rooster crowed, and they slept that whole time more than likely because
they were tired from working so hard,
right?
For sure. Back in the day when things were getting built.
Yeah,
there's still people out there that are working their ass off.
Oh, for sure. That's why I said ourselves included. We're in this. Everyone else having a hard manual job. I get it. You're probably sleeping great.
So what you're saying is you don't need that coffee.
No, I just like it because it makes me extra annoying in the morning.
Yeah.
You'll see it. It'll be gone here in the next about 5 minutes because it's already starting to cool down. So I'm just going to chug it and be done with it. But anyway, welcome to it. It's the Plan B Morning Show. It's Brock and Hunter. Don't forget we are streaming. Also, before we get to Morning Dump, real quick, this is something that we've been working on behind the scenes because we're very excited about promoting the stream and doing everything like that. We'll have these cool little overlays. Look at how professional we look. If you're on the stream, you can see it. But we have a chance, and this is just kind of an example. I got to take out that WIRX logo on there. For you, what?
I don't know. I feel like is
it weird? Do you not like it?
No, I don't mind it. It's just different. I'm not used to it.
This is how we're going to make money so we can actually keep our jobs. Okay. This one cuts us off a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, if you're on the stream, you can see it. And you maybe have a business or, you have a business that wants to advertise. We'll put your logo up here and in the corners, and you can be a part of it. We even have like a scrolling thing where it will like scroll like a ticker. Let's see if I can do that. Here's a test bit. So like there, we can put your stuff in there and it'll tick past like some old-timey news thingy. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, yeah, just check it out. Again, if you're a business owner or you know someone you want to sponsor, get on the stream every single day. We have it on there for you. Or if you're listening on the radio, this is a great way to
like you're gonna watch like Hannity and Combs. You know how they have all this stuff around. They have the tickers at the bottom. They have the station logo in the corner. Now just imagine you or your company logo on one of those tickers.
Exactly. I mean, clearly not the same as Hannity or the Dan Patrick Show or anything of notoriety. But hey,
make you laugh.
You got to start somewhere. Brian said YouTube professionals. Yeah, that's laughable. That's laughable for sure. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with everyone. I think it's pretty cool. And we have a lot of great advertisement opportunities to be a part of the Plan B Morning Show. So if you're listening and that's you, check it out. And maybe I'll leave it up just for a little bit. We'll just we'll see what we got on there. But anyway, right now, though, we got to keep things moving here, folks. It is time for your morning dump. See, you could be a part of the morning dump, right?
Yeah.
Other than Pump That Septic, all right? You're on there, right? All right, let's do it. As always, your morning dump brought to you by Pump That Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them 269-445-7777 or visit pumpthatseptic.com. You want to pump it with Pump That Septic. Oh, by the way, too, they do have financing options available as well. We had Dervin in here talking about that. You'll be hearing more from them. But, Pump That Septic, a lot of great services. Some services you may need a little bit of help to take care of, especially unexpected ones. They have a lot of great options so you don't break the bank and also get your septic serviced with Pump That Septic. Very, very cool. Excited to share that and more to come on that from Pump That Septic. Anyway, pumpthatseptic.com. We're going to pump it with Pump That Septic. Maybe there is something to this manifestation thing. I think I can see the ball, be the ball.
Okay.
You know what I mean? According to a new study, kids who set big goals for their future tend to achieve those goals when they get older. It said, quote, adolescents who endorsed high levels of prestige and education goals tended to have higher educational attainment, income, occupational creativity, occupational prestige, and job complexity after 12 years. This was according to Radisha Domain, a associate professor of psychology at the University of Houston. So according to the research, the message seems to be that when kids dream big about doing well in school or being successful as an adult, they tend to accomplish those things. Interesting, Hunter.
A lot easier back in the day than it is now.
Well, there's more kids. I think the pool is more saturated with talent.
Everything's getting more expensive. It's harder to do things that you want to do.
I think
the opportunity is. I want to say it's getting smaller.
I think it's getting easier for children because things are better. It's more attainable for people. Think about this, Hunter. You weren't able to go on YouTube and watch football videos on how to improve your throw or give you drills
or just any fix-it video or how to do this how to do this style of math or just how to you're right, the amount of information is incredible these days
now, but that also levels the playing field for everyone. So back in the day, if you came from a well-to-do family, you could afford the fancy camps and this and that. It was easier for you to stand out because you got that proper training. Now, I think it's easier for kids to achieve a higher level, but I don't know if I think it's harder now to maybe get to that super high level. Does that make sense? Like you can do really well for yourself just by now what we have available in the training spectrum of things. All right. Whether it's learning to play an instrument or a language or sports drills, you have all these different outlets. Hell, you have AI nowadays. But now, though, that does make it harder because you have more to compete with to get to that even higher tier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it's tough nowadays. I really do. I'm trying to put my finger on it, but
here, Hunter, look at it this way. This is what I mean. This is what I mean by that is look at some of the pro athletes back in the day. You're like, that guy was a pro athlete. You know what I mean? Nowadays, the level has been kicked up. So I think to get to that top tier athlete, that's hard.
There's a lot more people there.
There's a lot more people you have to beat here. So like you got here this level. there's a lot more people reaching this level, but now it's even harder to get to the. So I agree with you in that sense, but I think it's also easier for kids to have more success in life.
So they're saying have a big goal. If you're a kid, have that big goal that you want to do. I would say meet in the middle, in my opinion. And be reasonable with your goal as well. I mean, maybe not. Maybe that's a dumb thing to say, but don't make a goal that's just definitely not achievable at any point. Then you're just going to set yourself up for failure.
So I agree with you in a sense of,
and it's also good to live in the moment as well.
Yeah.
Like I see both sides of this. Like I have my 15-year goal, but you're not really even guaranteed tomorrow. So where does that fall into? And sometimes the people with the 15-year goal, like friends and people that I know over time that have done this, have like that real structured life. Like I call it out. Like you go to school, you have the dog, the White House, picket fence, kids, family, job, dad.
Yep.
It's all in line. It's like a life template.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing for a lot of people because I think people need that structure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like some people set goals way too beyond of
what
they should have.
Here's right.
And then they consider themselves failures.
Yeah, right. And because I think you have to be realistic, that telling kids you can be whatever you want in life, that's not necessarily true. Not saying you can't be successful, but like, look, you can be
roll up some die too. Yes, you can.
Right. You can be anything you want to be. Hunter, I topped out at 5'8". There's maybe 2 guys in the NBA that had successful careers in the NBA. If I said, no, mom and dad, no matter what. And they spent thousands sending me to
everybody's doing some toe rises, bro.
There's some limitations. Now, that doesn't mean you can't be successful, but you're right. I think you need to be realistic in areas. Shoot for the stars, but maybe don't have the stars be too far out of reach.
Like you waypoints. You
have some stars that are, in our orbit. You know what I mean? Like so I agree with you on that. I think you should have goals set out for yourself, but don't go so crazy where it's almost
you lose in the moment things.
Yeah. And then you waste all this time and, effort on something that wasn't even somewhat achievable.
I have a lot of buddies that are successful that will tell me like, man, like I'm glad I am where I am right now. And I'm glad I didn't go to those parties when I was studying.
Yeah. Yep.
But I also wish I would have managed that a little bit better because I missed out on a lot of memories. We were talking about something one time with some friends, and they're like, "Yeah, I was never a part of anything because I was always studying, which is great. I mean, you're setting yourself up, but you got to manage.
Well, realistic. You got to be realistic. I mean, and I don't think there's anything wrong with saying a child saying, I want to be in the NFL, but what's the percentage of athletes? It's like 0.01% that make it to the NFL. Okay.
Not saying that you can't be part of that.
Work hard, do this, do that. But again, like you said, Hunter, some things also need to fall into place. If things happen, injuries or just overall, I mean, just life in general, you know what I mean? So that's why I set a very low bar of being a radio DJ. And I'm almost there. A successful radio DJ. I'm almost there.
Rock. My goal is I want to wear a size 32, 36 pants or pants.
Not going to happen.
Be realistic.
Unless I break my shins or I'm just okay with having...
which is a thing now. You can do that.
All right. Either I break my shins or I just wear the pants and realize they're going to be wet on the bottom just because they're always going to have to cuff those things. I'm just going to have to cuff them. I'm going to have to tight roll those jeans. I can wear them. Doesn't mean they're going to work. Anyway, be realistic, kids. I think we should all go with the mantra that your 7th grade basketball coach had. That's right there.
None of you are ever going to make it to the NBA. Damn.
I want to be president, Mom. Well, you can't. You're an idiot, Timmy. Stop it.
Very few of those.
What about this? Is handwriting becoming extinct? Many teachers are asking for handwriting to be part of the school curriculum again because many kids don't know how to properly hold a pencil or pen, and many young adults struggle to even sign their name. And while writing by hand may seem obsolete in the tech age, a new study by researchers at the Norwegian University of Science and technology found that handwriting is linked to better brain function, motor skills, and memory.
I know you're reading, but you know those videos where it's that dude, he goes like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's that simple.
Hold the pen. I mean, I get it. There's training and everything, but come on, people, handwriting, you can't write anymore. Where are we going in society? It's number one. It's handwriting. I get it. Everybody's typing.
Right.
Everybody's thumb pumping.
I mean, hell, we got voice to text. You don't even need to type anymore.
You don't need to do that anymore.
So I'm gonna yin your yang here. It sounded sexual. I apologize about that. We are looking at it from a society, a time where we grew up where it was necessary. I didn't think typing was going to be as important. I remember sitting in typing class and going, this is so stupid. I'm not going to be typing this much. I was getting yelled at by the teacher for finger pecking. I'm like, it sucks. I don't think kids today realize the struggle that anyone who grew into computers, that's like learning a new language later on in life. We had to learn a motor skill that was completely foreign to us. Now kids are, because they're just so used to it. They're so used to it. But I think we're looking at this as a dated mindset because we had to write. We had to do it. But in the future, maybe it will be obsolete. And we can't be mad at the next generation.
It'll never be obsolete. Here's why. EMP. Everything goes down. Your computer doesn't work. Your phone doesn't work. Your blah, blah, blah.
But right.
Just saying. Like, come on, dude. You cannot get rid of like actual writing. Like that's the base of what the keyboard is.
You're going with an apocalyptic level event. Yes, if the Russians EMP us, but look, even then, like we'd come back from it. It's not like all I'm saying is, if we're looking at it where we're at in this world, there was people that didn't think computers were necessary. There were people that didn't think a car was necessary. They're like, cars are a fad. Why do we need a car when we got a good old fashioned horse and buggy?
I get it. So he put it in perspective. You would be okay with your daughter not knowing how to write?
Well, right now it doesn't. You still need to write. But if we were living 50 years from now, I would say, yes, she doesn't need to. She doesn't need to. Like, I'm trying to fight the fact that I never want her to be on a tablet. I don't want her in front of that screen. That's silly of me to think that she could never be on a tablet her whole life. It's just, they provide them at schools.
It kind of made me angry when they got rid of cursive. When my mom told me we're not teaching cursive anymore in school. I was like, what? Really? Right. Why? And now they're just talking about straight writing. Okay, but you don't need to know how to write anymore. What is that? And how dumb are we getting? Come on.
But now, again, to be devil's advocate here, why were you angry they got rid of cursive? Because you enjoyed writing it, or because you had to go through it and it was a pain in the ass and writing and practicing your Narutos?
Yeah, I get that. Because I had to do it and I had to learn it. But you know what? But now I'm glad. I don't use it. I'm not writing in cursive, but I'm glad I had to learn it. I'm glad I know that. You know what that did? It opened up pathways in my brain to other things in life. It's the development of the brain. If you're shortening where you don't even have to write anymore, that's doing something to you up here. You're not accessing parts of your brain that you should.
They did bring up that. That's a big concern, is because it's a great way to develop motor skills. But I think we can do that in other ways. If we're looking at this, maybe it's not writing everything. I'll be honest too. If I can't read a cursive, like I love my grandmas to death, but they both write in cursive and I can't read it. I'm trying to get through this. I'm like, I think I caught love and bingo and certain words, so I guess I'm on the fence with it.
One I don't think you mess with. This is the base of how we communicate, guys. I get it. You have your keyboard, click, 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 click. Yes, that is today's thing. I get it. But it comes from something. It comes from paper. It comes from writing. You know how to type and what letters go together because you wrote it down at one point. Or maybe it's just me. I didn't grow up with just typing.
I totally,
dude, come on. You have to know how to write.
I just 100 years from now, are you going to need to?
Idiocracy. This is the path to it.
I know, but if technology takes over, we don't
have to do anything anymore then. I'm done. I don't have to do anything. Let the computer do it. Let everything else.
You got that chip in your brain. You don't need to write it.
We're going to be morons. We already are morons. But if you don't know how to write, what's next? Speak? Well, we don't have to speak anymore. You don't have to learn how to do that because, you can just type it and look at it and read it.
Or it's like getting
It's dumbing you down slowly. It's turning into idiocracy.
But we could also say that about
that
we're dumber than the generation before us, and the generation before them is because with each year, each passing generation of technology, each next generational hop, we're technically dumber than. So we're dumber than the Gen Xers, and Gen Xers are dumber than the boomers.
They're dumber than us because they have things taken away from them, like writing things down. You are dumber than I am if you don't know how to write. Sorry.
But we're dumber than the Gen Xers because, or the boomers who never had to type in school. They had to write everything.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
We are dumber than our parents.
We also have more access to knowledge than anyone else had in the previous past. I'd like to think that I'm smarter than a guy in 1870, but
as far as an individual, our parents and our parents' generation knew a lot more as individuals. Now we have tech. As far as like individual, like you had to sit down and learn the skill, blah, blah, blah. Now we have YouTube videos, we have tech, we have assistants everywhere. This is an assistant.
I think what you're saying is, but I think it's more in one specific field. I think now generations, we're more apt in a wider range of things. Now, yes, we're getting assistants.
You're not smarter because you have a phone. Your phone is smart. You're smart on how to use the phone. But as far as individual knowledge, people, I feel like back in the day were definitely smarter.
But I've learned multiple skills because of the technology I have. You know what I mean? Like I've done plumbing in my house because of my phone.
Yeah, myself.
I've watched whittling videos. I've learned more facts. I mean, I get what you're saying.
If you put an old man with old knowledge down in jeopardy without a phone, and maybe somebody nowadays, or just do it on average, I feel like the older generation is going to know more.
Possibly, but also too, that's if they were reading
maybe not so much about this stuff.
Yeah.
But like in a broad, I feel like you had to retain it. I don't retain a lot. Like,
how much were you reading though? How much? Yeah, you don't retain it though, Hunter. But there's things you've done. There's things you've done though that already just by doing it once. Yeah, maybe it's not as right on the tip, but there's things I've done that I never would have done otherwise. And I think that's you have the older generation, but that's if they would have looked it up, if they would have done it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I get there's a very muddied area.
There is.
What we're talking about, but.
It's wild.
It's weird. It's weird. It's weird having this conversation that maybe we won't be writing. And we're already at a point where people, the next generation, doesn't know how to write their names.
I just feel like it's an important skill. I really do. Even if we don't have to use it, which, dude, there are a lot of things that we don't use anymore. I did back in the day. It's still good to know. It's still good to have that skill, that part of your brain
it unlocks.
You had to open up and unlock.
I think there's different ways now with technology we can unlock those parts. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Not saying that I write every single day. I hate it. I have terrible handwriting, but I know how to do it. Obviously, I can sign my name. I can do this. But if there's different ways to unlock those part of our brains. I mean, for a long time, everyone thought, video games will rot your brains. I mean, if you do too much of anything, but now they're saying, oh no, it's actually very good for motor skill. Like the video games don't rot your brain. It actually, it can do good things in there.
So that's because you're doing something rather than just scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have an actual skill with that.
Good and bad. That's maybe technology. Instead of practicing cursive A, cursive B, cursive. Now we're doing something else that unlock. It's weird. It's future. It's very futuristic. If you would have told me this in when I was in, 8th grade practicing cursive and adding letters to my math, I'd be like, what are you talking about, man? But it's a very futuristic conversation.
I just don't want to live in a future with a bunch of zombies, a bunch of dumb ass zombies, people that don't know anything. They're just walking around mouth breathing, don't know how to read, don't know how to write. All they do is just sit in their phone and scroll and buy things and it's
we'll be dead long before that. We'll be dead long before that.
Hopefully, because I don't want that.
I will say to wrap up this conversation, that was far more serious than I thought it was going to be.
It was a good convo. I thought it was
very good convo. I'm going to ruin it here. Where I really got my practice, my dexterity was just drawing penises on everything. That's all it was. Just penises everywhere. It wasn't from cursive A's or B's or C's. It was from drawing testicles and penises all over the place. School book.
I don't know. See, and look where you ended up.
A few boobs ever there, but penises were the main things. Weird. I don't know. It's just an easy shape. I knew I had a reference. A lot of tracing, very tiny tracing.
Did all guys draw penises back in the day? What's going on with that?
We were just infatuated with them.
Should you be infatuated with the other?
Well, I didn't know what the other thing looked like. I just knew what I had there, to be honest.
What is going on?
Point of reference, Hunter. All right. For a long time, it was only me and him. Okay. That's all it was.
I didn't have an imagination. I could only copy it.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's like one of those boardwalk cartoon artists, where you sit down in front. That's all it was. I was just looking down. I was drawing
caricature, man.
I was drawing caricatures of my penis. That's all it was.
That's all it had on it.
Yeah. Gave it big teeth. I really accentuated the features.
Big sunglasses. He had a martini next to him.
Yeah. The sunglasses was resting on the vein, the one big vein.
Hey, that's a good spot for it. Yeah.
Gave it a monocle, on the one eye because that's all he needed.
He's getting older.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for ruining the combo. But hey, on a lighter note.
Great combo. Ruined it with penis boardwalk caricatures right there. What else do you want from us? Okay. All right. That's your morning dump. We'll be back. It's warm in here, man. Hold on 1 second. All righty. Sorry. I got some great comments on here. Good morning, Michael. Morning, Scott. Morning, Izzy. Good morning, Eric. David, thank you for my muff comment. However, I got to show you. Look, it's starting to rip. My muff is all ripped.
Huh.
I don't know what happened to it. But
no, that's from you forcing it on that mic because you keep taking it on and off. Just leave it.
I'm trying to protect my muff. It's too.
It's gonna get dirty. You just ripped it.
I got an ad lib here. Hold on 1 second.
Be right back.
Hey there, gang. It's Brock, host of the Plan B Morning Show on WIRX. Hey, do you love WIRX? Maybe you love the morning show. I know that seems like a wild out there statement, but if you do, I'm really excited to share this from the corner office. The big man said, hey, we want to grow our team here on WIRX. We're looking for someone, and maybe it's you listening right now, who's watching the stream, who's passionate about WIRX, the Plan B Morning Show, and wants to share WIRX with the business so we can share that business with our listeners. Some well-known sponsorships, obviously, things here on the Plan B Morning Show, different goofy bits we do, you can be a part of and sell. The Screaming Yellow Summer, the Subpar Golf Classic that's coming up, the sold out Subpar Golf Classic that's coming up. All these things are what you can, and more, are what you can share with local businesses so we can share their message, and it just works so copacetically, harmoniously, helping out one another here in the community. This can be a full-time position or part-time if that better fits your schedule. Full-time comes with a guarantee of $36,000 a year plus commission on top, as well as a monthly bonus based on performance. So if you're out there just killing it, you got a chance to make some really good money with WIRX. Part-time is commission plus monthly bonus. If you're interested in this job, hit up Dave D at WIRX.com. Again, that's Dave D at WIRX.com. And even if you're unsure, maybe you're just curious, you want to find out more, we can see if you're a right fit. If you are, we'll take those next steps. And even if you've never had training in something like this, We have on-the-job training as well as continued training to make sure that you're performing at your highest level, just making us all grow together. So again, if you're interested, everything I talked about sounds like something you would like to do. Check out or email, Dave D at WIRX.com. Again, Dave D at WIRX.com. Rick said, I wouldn't want Brock's face affiliated with me. Damn you, Ricky. This is a perfect face for anyone's business.
There we go.
Yeah, we're back on right now, so.
I don't have friends. I got family.
There you go.
Is redlining it, man.
Redlining, man.
Good morning. It's the Plan B Morning Show. It's Brock. It's Hunter. All right. Well, hey, we got to keep things moving here. I don't know if you have a lot in sports. Maybe we should stall, but we should probably get into
it. For instance, video games, like what you were saying, that like kids get into that racing simulator. Kids should get on that. That'll teach you how to drive. I'm serious.
Yeah. There
was a girl I drove by yesterday. She must have been like 16, man. Barely could see over the steering wheel. I'm like, that is a hazard. She was all over the lines.
Yep.
Not using signals, crossing lanes. I'm just like,
my niece actually just got her driver's license yesterday. By the way, congratulations, Layla. I knew you would. But she's a farm kid, so she's good.
She's been on the tractor since 2 years old.
She's been driving since 2, so she's fine. She's fine. But yeah. There's some people. Look, this is going to be a terrible statement. Maybe not. Maybe a very judgy statement.
It's expected from you.
If I see 2 hands on the wheel, I automatically assume you're a terrible driver. I do. I'm sorry. I feel like you are just scared that whole time. All right. I have more confidence in someone who's got the steering wheel rested on their wrist. That person knows what they're doing. But when I see someone who is straight up, 2 hands on the wheel, like straight back, I'm like, you shouldn't be behind that. You are scared right now. You are scared.
I'm going to debunk your theory. I always felt that way too. You know who drives with 2 hands? My dad. Phenomenal driver.
No way. Actually, you know what? Here. No. I'll disprove that. You know why? That's been ingrained. No, in racing and also ingrained with him. He probably got his driver's license before power steering was commonplace.
That's very true. He's been yanking on wheels for a while, right?
If you've ever driven a car without power steering, then you need 2 hands. There's no way. There's no way about it. But I'm telling you, man, whenever I see like that middle-aged suburban mom with 2 hands on the wheel, I'm like, get around her, get away from her. She's going to end up either in you or the bridge embankment. That's terrifying to me. That's terrifying.
I just hope she's got the self-driving on and she just has her hands on the wheel for it to be activated.
Go on. Yeah, maybe.
Right, please let that be the case.
No, because a real driver would wedge those 2 oranges in there.
Right. You're not wrong.
That's right. And
you're not wrong.
I trust the person asleep behind the wheel of their self-driving car.
With the orange in their steering wheel rather than the Q-tip over there. Oh, God.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. It's time for sports. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
As always, sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
Bud Distributing, getting you stocked up with delicious Bud Light, tall, cool Budweiser's, other great drinks. As always, get stocked up with Bud Distributing, and remember to drink wiser, Bud.
All right, we're running very late, so I'm going to rip through some scores, maybe get a story in there. So, Major League Baseball last night, the Rays beat the Tigers 7-5, Twins beating the White Sox 6-3, and the Cubs beating the Astros 4-3.
Did you say the Astros?
Astros. The Astros. Yeah, the asterisks. That's what we should call
That's
them.
What it is. There you go. There you go.
White Sox and going to be in Minnesota tonight, or today, I should say, 1:10. Houston going to be in Chicago playing the Cubs at 2:20. Tigers are off. NBA last night, playoffs, round 1, best of 7. The Heat beating the Celtics 111-101. Series tied there 1-1. Oklahoma City, the Thunder beating the Pelicans 124-92. Kind of lopsided there, man. OKC leads that series 2-0. There are some games tonight. So if y'all having a few beers, a couple Hey Buds, maybe out at the bar, be like, hey, can you turn TV 27 into the NBA playoffs? They'll do so because there are games tonight. Cavs going to be in Orlando playing the Magic, 7 o'clock. Knicks going to be in Philly playing the 76ers, 7:30. The Nugs. Or maybe you're having some nugs tonight, man. Chicken nugs or the green nugs. Who knows? They're going to be in Los Angeles playing the Lakers at 10 o'clock, which, well, it's Friday. Maybe some of us will be up at that point. Yeah. Denver leads that series 2-0. NHL, this is important too. Stanley Cup playoffs, round 1, best of 7. Last night, Bruins beating the Maple Leafs 4-2. Golden Knights beating the Stars 3-1. And the Kings beating the Oilers 5-4 in overtime. That series.
They do the shootout. They did the shootout. Had to have, right? Or no, maybe the shootout.
They do time, don't they? Don't they go into?
They do overtime, and then if the overtime, then they do a shootout.
That's it. After one overtime.
I don't know how hockey works, but either way, hockey, I love it. No ties in hockey. You do an awesome thing called a shootout, which is amazing, and that's every sport should do that.
Hey, real quick, can you explain icing to me? Because I have no idea what it is either. I've looked it up multiple times, and I'm still like, when I see it live, I'm like, wait.
Icing is when
you just clear the puck, right? When everybody's down in front of the second line.
No, you take that little bag with that little tip on the end, and you swirl it around the cake.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe make a fun design. You put "Happy Birthday, Timmy" in it. That's icing.
Icing. That's delicious, isn't it?
Delicious. It's so good. It's the best part of the cake. The best part of the cake.
Tonight, Panthers going to be in Tampa Bay playing the Lightning, 7 o'clock. Hurricanes. The Hurricanes going to be in New York playing the Islanders. The Island Boys.
Islanders playing that hockey, boy.
7:30. Please don't get into that. Carolina leads that series 2-0. So there you go.
Islanders playing the Carolina people. Sorry. I don't think we should do anything else. I think we should just wrap it up. Good scores. Enough scores. We talked good enough Tiger. We got all day tomorrow, all that good stuff. So I think that's what everyone. And there's nothing really else going on.
Oh God, it's Thursday. I kept thinking it was Friday today. Damn,
you stupid idiot.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. That's
all right. Sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
We'll be back. Island Boys. That's gonna be stuck in my head now.
Chad, if you're listening, I'm doing my job. That's probably why you're calling me right now. So,
what are you doing right now, bro?
Get on the stream, man.
Working, man.
Just ask me on the stream, Chad.
What are you doing, bro?
Oh, dude.
What?
Actually, yeah, I'll just talk about it right now, real quick. Yesterday, I had my last massage. Yeah, at the parlor. I swear everybody and their mother called me between noon and 1 o'clock yesterday. It was the most embarrassing thing. Like, dude, I'm sitting there like, with my boxers on, right?
Yeah.
Underneath the covers or whatever, the sheets. And dude, everybody was trying to get a hold of me, calling me, Facebook message. I kept having, and there's no like rooms. It's separated by like cloth.
Right.
I'm probably disturbing the whole place, and I have the loudest ringtone in the world. I could even tell my masseuse was like, just could you put on silent? Or I just turned my phone off after like the fourth call. It's like, come on, guys. Why does it work like that? Nobody calls me. Nobody called me any other time yesterday.
That's life, man. That's just how it goes.
Time's up perfectly.
Haven't you heard Alanis Morissette's singing about it? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? All right. It's like nothing but, or it's like spam calls during your massage day. I think that's how it goes.
What's the topic?
What is our topic? I know it. It's something.
It's a thinker. I know it was hard to do a promo on it.
Oh, what's a misconception about your profession that you're tired of hearing?
There you go.
There we go. Grandma.
Needed my happy place yesterday. That's for sure.
And get that massage. Oh. Actually, don't say happy place and massage in this.
Right, no, I was thinking golf.
Golf. Yeah. How'd you do?
Terrible.
Absolutely terrible. And when's the last time you said you did well in golf, Hunter?
I think every other time, but the time it counts. You know, when you're supposed to play good. I don't know if it's like. I'm striping the ball, but when there's like two other guys that aren't on my team around, it's just like it just falls apart. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I hear that more than
matter. Hey, even my partner, even Sam, was like, "Dude, I don't even know what this thing is in my hand." And he's a phenomenal golfer.
He's a very good golfer. He is indeed. Anyway, all right. Enough of Hunter's terrible golf. I feel like I said the last
happy place.
Happy place. I'm happy to be out here.
I was in the happy place when she was wearing the black, you know, and Shooter was making out with Grandma. That was my happy place yesterday.
Yesterday. That's not the good one. Oh God. Anyway, all right. We got to get to it. It's time for your topic of the day, and I like this one, and I think people like talking about their professions. I mean, I take pride in mine and everything like that. I shouldn't. I should be embarrassed. I should never bring up what I do for a living. But what is a misconception about your profession that you're tired of hearing?
I'm gonna let you take the radio. Yeah, I'll let you take the radio one.
So for me, a big one is. And not that I'm tired of hearing it. It's more of like I think it's funny, and it's definitely not true. You must make pretty good money doing radio. You must do pretty well. And here's why everyone thinks that, because Howard Stern got paid like $50 million.
Yeah, that's one guy.
He is so far and away from what the rest of us make. Now, look, I'm not saying I'm not making a livable wage. To be honest, I'm probably being paid more than I should be if I'm going to be. Unless my boss is listening. But it is, I think that's a misconception, because this is a unique job. It's in the entertainment industry, I guess you would say. So I think people think that, like, you know, we're racking in the big bucks. Again, I'm very happy with what I make. Everyone could always make more. Of course, I'd love to make more. But Howard Stern is way, 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 way up there.
Yeah, that's a bad example to try to follow. You know?
So just so you know. No,
I'm going to add one to the radio one. I think people sometimes think that you're back there spinning records, putting the music in as it goes. Maybe back in the day, but I mean, am I exposing secrets I shouldn't?
No, because we're not. Look, I've showed you. Here's the camera angle.
Yeah, show them the playlist. Just what it looks like. God, you suck at that joystick.
I know. I got to work on it.
Up is down, down is up. It's like a plane.
It is. It's opposite. I would be crashing immediately. So that thing you see, all that right up there, this right here, it's all done. It's everything's done. It's the easiest.
I'll put in there. I mean, he can adjust it. Brock is in there. If he sees a song, he's like, that's a crap song. He'll switch it out once in a while. But that's much like people are like, why do you play the music? Why do you pick the music? And we're like, we don't pick anything. If you go across America to different rock radio stations, you'll be like, dude, they're playing like the same exact playlist.
Well, that's another thing I want to dispel.
It's like nationwide, man. It's.
If you want me to see red, if you want to just annoy the hell out of me, tell me that radio. You guys. I mean, you guys just play the same like 12 songs. No, we do not. It's a 24-hour day.
Here we go.
It's a 24-hour day. We do not play 12 songs. Now, look, there's a lot of artists that we play multiple songs by, Linkin Park, the Foo Fighters, that have similar sounds. Okay, there's also major hits. There's bands that maybe only have one major hit. So when you hear that, you may go, oh, I just heard this song. No, you didn't. It's been a couple days.
The answer to it is the songs they pick. Whoever picks these abundance of songs to play, it's the song is going to hit the widest demographic.
That's exactly it. We're playing a lot of the hits. And then again, we do things like old school weekends or specialty things. But look, most people, I will say, I'll dispel this. A lot of the people that say, oh, you guys only play, those are like music aficionados. But Karen, who loves Bon Jovi and is driving her kids to soccer practice, she wants to hear Living on a Prayer again. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And also, too, we're not playing the same 12 songs. You morons. There's 24 hours in a day. We play a lot of so that's
it bleeds over into my answer, and it's the wedding DJ in the summers.
Oh
during the weekends. And a lot of misconception is, dude, you just up there hit the button. You just press play and let it ride. I'm like, if you here you go.
Go ahead, do it. Run
Hand
the
the
party.
headphones over, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot involved. There's a lot of prep work involved.
Yep.
You know what? What thing I do? I don't think people really understand that I do during dinner. I'll do test songs. I'll play test songs of certain genres and certain eras, and I'll watch feet. And I see that table over there tapping their foot to this style of music. I mark that down.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, later on when they're dancing, I can go to that. And I know this table's good. There's a lot of like subliminal things that happen with the DJ, a good DJ, I should say, because there are DJs out there that do just hit the play button and let it ride.
They got the same playlist and they just let
it's
it
an
rip.
iPod DJ, basically. But if you have a good one, he's definitely running your party. And without that, your party is not the same. Period.
Why are you watching feet and not asses? That's what I'd be watching. I'd be
because I'm getting paid a lot of money, and I'd
be watching all the grandma asses.
See, you're the bad DJ. You're the guy that does it.
If I see grandma twerking, I know I got a banger on my hands there. Right? Twerk.
But you're not gonna know what grandma's gonna like if you don't see the feet
or the ass.
Jeez, you ruin everything. God.
Everything.
You know.
Anyway, all right, let's get some answers here on Facebook. Enough of us. What's a misconception about your job that you're tired of hearing, or your profession? Michael said that driving truck is easy work. It might not be one of the most physically demanding jobs, but it's very demanding mentally. Yeah, that's
I've always thought that would be a tough job.
Are you just a truck driver?
Cruising
even if you just got local routes. One, we've talked about it multiple times. All the idiots out on the road. Now you're driving a big rig, or even a beer truck,
Back in the day when I was working at Best Buy, I sold a TV to a guy, a little small TV, tiny TV, and it was for his truck. He was a trucker. And I'm like, here you go, man. Tiny little box. Take it up front. And he's like, dude, can you carry it up front for me? I'm like, dude, you're a big burly trucker. What? Yeah. It's like, dude, trucker's elbow. I literally can't even lift my arm up. It's from shifting all day long for years and years and years. He's like, dude, I can't do anything with it.
He should have had that. He should have had that machine that Stallone has an over the top. That's how,
jeez. You know,
that's how he became the best arm wrestler.
Some truckers have like two-face. One side of their face from the sun,
just beaten down. Yeah. Well, you're away from family. If you're a long haul, you know, again, the responsibility of that
puts a toll on you, man.
Diseases from lot lizards, unbelievable. Just riddled with lot lizard diseases. I get it, Michael. I get it. I have those, and I'm not even a trucker. I get it.
What else can we ruin this morning?
I like Brooke's answer. She said, as a licensed massage therapist, well, you figure it out. Of course, yeah. Ooh. You're a massage therapist. Everyone's.
You know what? Yesterday, I know, right? I had my last one yesterday. I almost wanted to ask, like, the main lady, like, could we interview a massage therapist? Because I'm sure they have stories. Stories upon stories.
Yeah. Well, hell,
that's another thing. I'm like, there's not everybody's the greatest looking, and not everybody is not hairy. Like, could you imagine?
That's the thing. The for everyone, like, dime, but again, also too, it's not sexual.
No,
it's not. Like that hot person comes in, you're like, you know what I mean? So you're a professional. So even then, it's probably, but for that one, there's probably 1,000 that aren't as savory. You know what I mean?
You know what I asked my massage therapist yesterday?
Stop asking.
This is after you're supposed to be quiet, unless my phone was effing ringing like it was. I was like, "Do you ever get tired? Like, how many of these a day do you do?" She's like, 3. Dude. And I'm like, by the third one, are your forearms just on fire?
Your hands, dude. I give
hands, forearms, everything.
I hate giving massages after 5
you're only like 2 minutes into it. And you're like, I'm done. I can't.
I'm done.
I'm tired.
Kiki, this is it. Are we going to have sex or no? Because I did my part, okay? That's unfortunate.
It's 2.5 minutes. You
all massages are ruined. All massages are ruined. If it's ever a massage where Kiki's laying on her stomach on the bed, you know what's happening. I'm just immediately.
Yeah. How are you taking your clothes off? What? This isn't how
I like to massage naked. It's just what I do.
I think you're trying to sneak.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're being sneaky. I don't like it.
Being sneaky. Nothing sneaky about it. Nothing sneaky about it. It's very, I'm half
apparent.
I'm half Chubb when she mentions the massage. I'm like, whoa,
massage.
Never mind. I don't want the massage. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. We got a bunch of other answers here.
Mr. Miyagi massage. You just gave yourself an Indian burn.
Stop it right there. Let's see. Matt said, I work on boats all day. Oh, working on boats must be nice. All day out in the sun playing with boats. He said, right. How about 50, 60 hours a week crouched in an engine compartment on your knees and constantly giving up all your time so that your customer can enjoy all always Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
And you know what? There's there's never room to work on a boat. It's the worst. It's always like in a cabin down below. Nothing's easily accessible in a boat.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, right.
Working on ours sometimes, and ours is an outboard. It's a little bit easier than an inboard, but still, it's like, how did they put that part in there without taking the whole damn thing apart? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, any kind of maintenance, I think there's probably a lot of, I don't know, misconceptions or let's see. Dan said that being a professional writer is somehow fun, romantic, and easy, and not real work. It's really hard, exhausting work. I could see that, like, because everyone in their mind, I think, maybe has like the Hunter S. Thompson. Oh, you just, or Stephen King. I mean, Stephen King wrote most of his books in the 80s, just coked out of his mind, right? But thinking about
isolate himself for like months at a time.
I'm sure that is, especially if if you're writing a novel, maybe there'd be a little bit more enjoyment to it. But also, if you're just like writing, that's got to be pretty at a point tedious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mental writer's block.
Yeah,
I think just mentally stressful.
Yeah,
I'm the type of person I'd write a chapter and I'd be like, no, I don't like it. I got to rewrite it again. I'd end up rewriting chapter 1 like 9 times. And
right. It was a dark and stormy night. That's like the worst way to start a book.
It was a dark and stormy night. What's that from?
That's like the worst start of that's the
Isn't that Misery? Isn't that from the movie Misery?
Maybe that's why. Maybe because it's playing off that. But according to writers, I'm pretty sure that's like the worst opening to a book. It was a dark and dreary or a dark and stormy night, and done. Amy said that grooming dogs is just playing with puppies. I could not do it. I could not groom animals.
No,
because for every one nice dog, then you got Cujo over there that you're trying to trim up.
And you know what? You're also grooming cats, and I'll tell you one place cats don't like to be at the vet.
Yeah, vet.
And they have sharp claws. I could imagine trying to.
Just let your cat shed. Let him lick himself clean because you try and groom that thing. You're asking for trouble. You're asking for a ripped out larynx. Okay. Let's see. Lisa said that all nursing homes are horrible and the staffs don't care about the residents. Again, few bad apples make it seem that way. I'm sure there's the vast majority are.
What was she saying? What was the first part of that? All nursing homes.
All nursing homes are horrible and the staff don't care about the residents. I think everyone assumes you get like the Ben Stiller from Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Talk about handmade quality. Here, Gary.
Your back's gonna hurt. You just pulled landscaping duty. The nursing homes that I've experienced with grandparents and whatnot, absolutely phenomenal. Almost to the point where I'm like, dude, I kind of like it here. I could do this.
Yeah.
They're super nice now. It depends. I guess it depends on which nursing home too, though. But I feel like in general, though, they're all pretty.
The one I'm sending my mom to. The one I'm sending my mom to is awful. It really is.
God,
it's cheap and super affordable. They're super mean there. That's what hostile. I always joke with my mom. I say, "Ma, keep it up. You're getting awfully close to that terrible nursing home I've lined up for you."
This is a prison cell. This isn't a nursing home.
Well, knock it off.
Shape up.
This one here, Amy said that bartenders are supposed to be nice. That's a misconception. No, I think you guys are supposed to be nice. I think that's the whole customer service thing. Now look, if the
unless you're working at Ed DeBevick's.
Then I guess, right. That's their whole shtick.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what do you want? But even then, though, I've never had. I'm like,
It
I
feels
don't think that's
uncomfortable.
fun.
It's still uncomfortable.
How about like a hey, how are you? Can I get you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amy, I just now look, if the customer's being a dick, for sure you don't need to, but that's the whole.
How about this? I'm going to rephrase that. The misconception of a bartender that that they're ignoring you and that they're not busy.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know,
I'll take that.
especially nowadays because they're understaffed. There's like 2 bartenders on with a full room. They're flying around. You've been standing at that bar with that $10 bill in your hand, tapping your foot. She ignoring me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, no, look around you. She's busy. Like 19 other people are ordering.
Right.
Just
Exactly.
like you. Like just chill out for a second.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that. But I mean, if you're just gonna be a dick to me, I mean, I'll go to a different bar.
Right.
What do you want?
I've experienced before.
That's what one thing I will say. If I'm ever at a restaurant and it seems like the waiter or bartender is just upset that I'm there. I'm sorry that I inconvenienced you at your customer service job. I'll go somewhere else.
Everybody has a bad day. I get it.
Oh man.
But damn, sometimes you just need to take that deep breath.
There's somewhere it's like you don't have the demeanor for this.
You can almost tell the people that are nice that are just having a bad day rather than the people that are just dicks.
Just awful. Like
you wear it on your face. You're never nice.
How did you get this job? This customer service job? What'd you do?
Dude, there is a bartender around here. I'm not going to obviously say who or where or what, but damn. How do you have a job?
Right. How do you have a job?
How do you have a job?
It's like you hate everyone that's in here.
Why are you doing that to yourself? I hate it. Then don't do it. I get it. You got to make money and you got to make a living, but sometimes you can't choose what you want to do. You know that, right?
Yeah. There's jobs where you don't have to deal with people. There's actually jobs out there.
Yeah.
Clearly you don't want to do this.
There are options. You know?
Well, look, we're out of time here, but there's a lot of great answers. I'm going to shelf this one. I think this is another good one for down the road because there's a lot of professions out there, and we'll get to more. But we're going to take a break. We got more coming up. It's the Plan B Morning Show.
Oh, that's a good one, Amber. I can't hear you, Brock.
Oh, there we go.
That's a good one, Amber. She says when I bartend, get a real job.
Yeah, right?
It's like, this is a real job.
The fucking bartender's making good money.
That always pissed me off. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, McDonald's, I'm not going to work at McDonald's. That's not a job.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? It is. It's a fucking job.
Yep.
You're doing something to contribute to society. You're taking some of your personal time and putting it into something, and it does something to you as a person. So anybody that says, get a job, get a real, I don't want to make McDonald's is. It's a real job.
I will say there's only one job I look down on in this world, and that is like legit, obviously legit
telemarketers.
That's okay. Two jobs. Mm-hmm. Telemarketers and influencers. That's the other thing.
Oh,
like if your number one job is just I sell stuff on TikTok. No, that's
what's the phrasing on Facebook? A digital creator.
I don't know what it is.
If that is like, so you go about info or whatever, and then your job, a digital creator, I'm immediately like, you don't have a job.
It's ridiculous.
You don't contribute to anything.
Yeah. So telemarketers and I'm an influencer, like the Kardashians.
Creator, influencer. No, you walk around and take pictures of yourself in the woods. Like that's not. You're not.
Well, I promote the Sakia berry drink. Shut up. That's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Doing prank videos on YouTube isn't a job.
No.
All right. Well, look. Hey, there's a ton of great comments. I apologize if I didn't get everyone. We had a lot of good comments about the cursive and everything like that. And so, thanks everyone for getting it on. I appreciate it. I'll go through these later, but we got to beat feet and move on to the next thing. But have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll chat with everyone soon. All right. See you later.